Hi folks, Learn to Code welcomes you. Today we are going to analyze and find the time complexity for certain code snippets. Let us consider the first example where we are just printing the hello world in C++. If we print this statement, it will take only constant time to execute. That is, how many times if we run the program, it will take only constant time, say 1, to print this code. So this code will take time complexity of order of 1, which we also call as constant time complexity. If we look at the next example where I starts from 1 and it goes till n. Let us say n is equal to 5, where this hello world will print for 5 times. Say if my n is equal to 8, this hello world will print for 8 times. So the output completely depends on n. So the entire code will run for n times. So the time complexity for this for loop is order of n, which we also say as linear time complexity. In this case, I starts from 1, say n as 6. This hello world will print for 3 times. Let us understand how it happens. Say, when I is equal to 1, which is less than or equal to 6, the condition will be true. So, hello world will print for the first time. Then, I should be multiplied by 2 will give you the answer as 1 into 2 equal to 2. Again, which is less than or equal to 6, hello world will be printed for the next time. Then, 2 will be multiplied by 2 again will give you the answer as 4, which is again less than or equal to 6. Hello world will be printed for third time. Then 4 will be multiplied by 2 will give you the answer as 8, which is not less than or equal to 6. The condition fails. So usually when we give increment, it will keep on increment by 1. So we will be getting n times. Here it is only half of the time. So the time complexity for this case is order of log n, which we call as logarithmic time complexity. If we look at this code snippet, say my n is 3, I, that is the outer for loop which goes from 0 to 2, and j, the inner for loop which goes from 0 to 2, because it goes till 0 to 3, but 3 less than 3, once it reaches the condition fails. That is the reason why it is mentioned as 0 to 2. So I will take 3 values 0, 1, 2, which is less than 3, and j takes 0, 1, 2, which is less than 3. So 3 times for the outer for loop and 3 times for the inner for loop. If we say 3 into 3, totally 9 times we'll get the output as hello. So for inner for loop, the code run for n times, and for the outer for loop, the code run for n times. So which is nothing but n into n, that is n square. So the time complexity is order of n square time complexity. In this code snippet, say n as 3, if we look at I, which goes from 1, 2, 3, which is less than or equal to 3. If we look at j, it will take values 1, 2, 3, which is less than or equal to 3. If we look at k, which also takes values between 1, 2, 3, which is less than or equal to 3, which means hello will be printed 3 into 3 into 3 times. So the time complexity for this code is n into n times. That is order of n cube time complexity. In this code, if we say my n is 6, my outer for loop will take values between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. My inner for loop will take n by 2 times. That is 3 times. So outer for loop take n times and inner for loop take half of the time. So the time complexity will be n into log n. We have already seen an example with n time complexity where the entire for loop run for n times, and we have also seen one example based on multiplication which takes log n time complexity. Here in this code snippet both are combined, so it will take order of n into log n time complexity. In this example, let us say my n as 5 and my m as 3. So both are two separate for loops. I will take values between 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. J will take the values between 1, 2, 3. So the total number of times are 5 plus 3, that is 8, which we can say as order of n plus m time complexity. Let us consider the permutation problem where the input is given with 3 values and the permutations are 6 different forms. These kind of problems will take order of n factorial time complexity because 3 inputs are given. If we take 3 factorial, which will return the answer as 6 ways, that is what we get the output also. So this problem will take order of n factorial time complexity. Let's deep dive more in the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.